Can we really change our habits in just 21 days? How is it possible that something that has been with us for years could disappear or be replaced by a new behavior in just 3 weeks? Hello and welcome to today's video from the EVANO channel. Here we usually talk about the brain, psychology, and the science behind our behaviors, but today we're going to dive into one of the most challenging, everyday topics, habits. We've all experienced it, starting a diet, trying to wake up early, or quitting social media. Starting is easy, but sticking to the path, not so much. In this video, we'll take a scientific look at whether 21 days is really enough to change a habit, and how we can use our brain to help establish that new habit in our lives. Research from MIT has shown that when a behavior is repeated many times, the brain stores it as a pattern, and gradually the conscious decision-making process steps aside. This means, at first, you force yourself to do something, but after a while, your brain treats it as a default action. For example, if you drink water every morning after waking up, after a few weeks, your body will automatically look for a glass of water without you even thinking about it. Where does the idea of changing habits in 21 days come from? This theory dates back to Dr. Maxwell Maltz, a plastic surgeon in the 1950s. He observed that his patients usually took about 21 days to get used to their new appearance. From this observation, the common idea emerged that all changes take 21 days. But what does science say? A 2009 study by Dr. Philip Allally at University College London showed that, on average, forming a new habit takes 66 days. This number can vary from 18 to 254 days, depending on the difficulty of the habit, individual circumstances, and environment. So the reality is that 21 days is just the start, a good beginning to structure the brain and create the initial neural pathway. When you want to change a habit, the brain has to build a new neural pathway. These pathways are formed in the brain's synapses. By repeating the new behavior, this pathway gets stronger. This concept is called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change itself, rebuild, and even form new pathways. But this isn't easy because the brain tends to revert to older, stronger pathways, just like how a paved road is easier to use than a dirt path. To effectively change a habit, you need to understand 3 key elements. First, the trigger. What starts the behavior? For example, an alarm clock, tiredness, or stress. Second, the routine, the repeated behavior itself. For example, turning on your phone, eating chips, or exercising. And third, the reward. What makes the brain like this pathway? The feeling of pleasure, relaxation, or energy. When you want to change a bad habit, instead of eliminating it, keep the trigger but build a new routine that delivers the same reward. For example, if when you're tired you reach for your phone to relax your brain, you can instead take a 5-minute walk or listen to music. Same reward, different behavior. Many think that changing a habit is just about willpower, but in reality, willpower is like a battery, it runs out. Research shows that the environment has much more power than willpower. For example, if sweets are on the table, you're more likely to eat them. And if your workout clothes are by the door, you're more likely to exercise. So if you want to start a new habit, design your environment so that the right choice is easier. Instead of trying to resist temptation, remove temptation from your surroundings. Now let's design a simple plan for the first 21 days. First, define your habit clearly. Don't say I want to be healthier, say I want to exercise 10 minutes every day. Next, identify your trigger. For example, after brushing my teeth, I will exercise. Finally, choose a real reward. For example, after exercise, take a warm shower or watch an episode of your favorite series. Write everything down. This helps your brain recognize the importance of the task. Don't be hard on yourself. If you forget a day, keep going. Science says a few days of failure won't ruin the habit-building process. Ultimately, changing a habit doesn't happen overnight. Our brain is complex, but with the right understanding of its structure, we can train it to work for us. Remember, 21 days is the start of building a new neural pathway, not the end. With consistency, repetition, and smart environment design, your brain can be completely rewired. If you liked this video and want to learn more about the brain and human psychology, be sure to follow the EVANO channel. Every week we explore some of the most important and fascinating questions about the human mind. Until the next video, practice, repeat, and build a better version of yourself.